Hey, May Rainford with you. Welcome to this video. Welcome to my channel where I give hope and encouragement from the Word of God. And today I am just got a card from my card box, and we're going to talk about that. So this card just says, "My grace is sufficient for thee." It's 2 Corinthians 12:9. Now that is just a really short piece of the verse in 2 Corinthians 12:9, and we're going to just talk about what that means. My grace is sufficient for thee. What does it mean that God's grace is enough for us and for us in our situations in our lives? And so if you're reading in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, we get where it talks about Paul is going through something, and verse 7. Okay, it says, "Because of these surpassingly great revelations, therefore, in order to keep me from being conceited, I was given a thorn in the flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me." Okay, and then verse 8, "3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me. But," verse 9, "he said to me, my grace is sufficient, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I'll boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me." So Paul is saying, when he felt the Lord telling him, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power, God's power is made perfect in his weakness." And he's like, well, then I'm going to boast all the more gladly for my weakness, so that Christ's power can be showed through him, rest on him. And in the verse 10, "That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in the weaknesses and insults and hardships and persecutions and difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong." Christ's strength in him. So not him in his own strength, but Christ's strength in him. So when it says, God was telling him, "My grace is sufficient for you," it means that God's grace and God's peace and God's strength was enough to keep him, sustain him when he was going through that. So God could have taken that away from him, but God chose not to take that away. But he's like, "But I am with you in this. I will sustain you. I will keep you. I will strengthen you. And my power will be shown through your weakness and what you are going through." And so I'd say that for you and whatever it is that you're going through, that God can take that away. But if you're praying and God hasn't removed that from you, or you out of that situation yet, whatever it may be, know that he is with you in it, and he is sustaining you and keeping you and strengthening you and loving you. And he sees all that you're going through. He sees that. He knows. He hasn't forgotten you. And just know that his strength is sufficient for you. His grace is enough for you. He will keep you through that. But you lean in and seek him, and he'll be there for you.